This camera is like in the
this
North Sea or something.
This is
this
camera is oh, we can't see them. Right, there we go. We've got the 5 lights coming on. We're at 4. We're at 5. We've got Bean on the right, Jester on the left, and it's lights out, and we're racing. And it's a good start there for Grumpy Orange there in the background there. Crafty just keeping Craig at bay. Bean's got a clean start into turn 1 as they're all starting to filter through. Hyper's trying to get around the outside of Gareth through turn 1 and 2. We've got Gareth keeping Hyper's out wide, but he's going to have the inside for turn 3, and they're going to go side by side through the S's. Gareth will have the inside for 4 as they're all starting to just fill through. Dirt getting kicked up by the tyres as some of them are opting to cut some of the corners. Yellow flags up at the back of the field somewhere as we're starting to see the drivers starting to filter in. Dingle Dolphin down 5 places already. Had a bit of a sluggish start there for him in the Renault. He is on the mediums though, so we'll have to bear that in mind as we get the AWS pit stop strategy at the bottom of the screens there again. Oh, and we've got Hypers off the track. Let me see where he's at. He is back on the track by the time I get to him, so...
Side by side with the Mercedes and the Haas. Oh, wow, the Alfa Romeo's coming at 100 miles an hour.
Oh! And it's 3 wide on the exit of the hairpin as well as Paul's gone the long way round. And they're still going side by side, Merck. Sorry, just to kind of cut you off there. They're still going side by side. Colden and Paul. Colden's going to have the inside at his Spoon, but he's just no quick enough as we've got Jay Geddes running wide on the entry to Spoon. That's going to allow Lofty up the inside, and he's spun and he's been tapped on the side, and he's going to come back on right in front of everybody. Oh, that was close there, and Lofty is at the back of the field. Flying Lemons, really no one having something to shout about either. And already, Bean's built out a 1.8 second gap.
Yeah, it looks like Crafty had a bad run at the hairpin. And that's allowed Craig to get past. Jay Geddes picked up wing damage coming into the hairpin at, well, too quick and hit the back of Colden or Deadpool when they were fighting. Yeah, SVH is keeping Crafty interested as well.
And Craig ran wide through turn 2, and that's allowed Crafty and SVH to try and get back under the Alpha Tauri's rear wing as well. SPH has got a good run through Dunlop. Crafty's got a bit of a slide on. SPH is going to try and maybe lock through the Dignas. No, it's not really, wasn't really on there, but it could be an option into the hairpin. Is he going to try and go for a late braking move on lap 2? Russell's retired for the back of the field. He's crashed on the way up through Dunlop, and that's a safety car. That's a full course caution, and it's lap 2. Don't believe the lap counter there on the captain's screen. It is lap 2.
Steve-O. He's going to have to serve a stop go. Yeah, to Dunlop where I don't know if he crashed there. It was a flying lemon crash there. Jonesy has picked up another time penalty for gaining 2 places. I did see him quickly skip past Scott Laney and Steve-O, so probably slowing down for their delta. And Jersey's paid the price, unfortunately. So that's going to be, I think, at least 2 fighting penalties he's got there. So, yeah, he's going to have to serve them in the pits, unfortunately. But we're going to see if people actually come into the pits.
That's definitely a question that's kind of worth asking, really. Is an early safety car going to benefit anybody? Yeah, it's going to benefit Craig and Bean as they're already coming in.
Some have stayed out, though. Gareth's gone for the double stack. Bit of a split.
It is. I'm actually quite... I'm on the fence. I generally don't care if it's worth it.
I think
you want track position.
I always think a pit stop is worth it. On the safety car, if it's... well, obviously if it's before you've pitted. Unless it's like lap 1, I mean, if it was lap 1 you'd probably stay out, but then on the track. But yeah, I mean, they're going to gain a lot of time. Unless there's another safety car, of course, but yeah, they're going to be... well, we'll have to wait and see. They're going to have to get through a lot of cars.
Aye. Ask us. Tell us what you think in the chat. Tell us if you think it's worth it, because I think we're quite... You said that you're kind of coming to the conclusion it's always worth a pit stop. Whereas I'm quite on the fence. I think it's worth staying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. Obviously, from the mediums or hards, whatever, you stay out regardless. If you're on the softs, then yeah, it's one of those where they'll probably go hards to the ends. It probably is possible to take cards to the end. It was just so early on. It was kind of, was it too early or not? We'll wait and see, of course. But yeah, they're going to have to. It's so hard to overtake around here that when the likes of Crafty, SBH, Typers, Deadpool, Pit, and Golden as well, you don't really know.
It's one of the things, but while we're sitting mulling over the fact whether it's worth it or no, because we seem pretty divided on it ourselves, and it's not every day that the two commentators kind of lean towards different opinions, but we're going to take some chat action. Because there is quite a bit of a divide in the chat as well. Clock asked if it was worth pitting for hards. Freeman immediately just said no, too early and the hards are too slow. Clock did ask even if you're at the back. Rando said it wasn't worth it. Clock said it was worth it, so we've got a bit of a divide. Clock says I'd say it's worth it for them being at the back anyway since they don't have track position, but not for those at the front. Whereas Rando, you've just left.
I've left. I
No,
mean,
did you say just you left?
no, Grumpy Orange.
Just look at my
left
phone.
discussion.
Right.
I thought you said,
Okay,
you said I left. I was like, what?
No, I thought you said you left, and I was like,
No.
Max, like, and then like, Rando says, I would say for the top group it was not worth it purely because the pace on the mediums as well as the factor of dirty air, and that is true because dirty air was quite a lot to take. It was quite a lot to handle. Well, I thought anyway.
It is one of those tracks where, especially for for most of the track, especially the first half of the track.
See, because you're so aero dependent through sector 1 and a good bit of sector 2, like you don't really want to be following MD in the dirty air. Like Steve-O in a sense is on hards. We've got Scott, Dingledolf and Dodgy and Scott Laney on mediums, so they're immediately just been ticked off as mobile chicanes essentially because they're on different strategies, and that's going to hod up the likes of like Bean, Craig, Gareth and Grumpy Orange and everybody else is pitted behind. So like the soft tyres are going to be managed under the safety car, so the wear is they going to be as excessive as it is in racing conditions. So if the top 5 can get away on the softs for Scott and Dingle Dolphin and Dodgy and Scott Laney, then they can bridge a gap, pit on the mediums, and while Bean, Craig and Gareth and all that are nursing hard tyres that have kind of seen better days at the point of they pitting, then they could be on mediums and be a lot quicker. It's quite interesting. I'm actually quite interested to see how it's going to play out, but we're going to focus back to the race itself because the lights are off in the safety car and Crafty is going to be leading us away and back under green. He's leaving it quite late to go though. He's waiting for the right moment, and that's him. He's bolted, he's away, and SPH he's quite alert to that. SPH is right on the rear wing, but Hypers has been caught napping. Paul, Mercedes 2-4, and Paul is going to slipstream into Hypers as he's making I thought he was making a wee late defensive move there for we've got Hypers, we've got SPH running wide, and Crafty running wide, sorry, my apologies there, and SPH just get a bit of a slide on through the S's. Crafty's starting to look like he's kind of stabilised the car a wee bit. He is looking a bit more stable through the S's. He did have a bit of a shiggly moment on the entry, but it definitely looks to be back under control there as we see Scott and Dingle Dolphin for P6, and then we've got Scott Laney, Dodgy and Scott Laney, Steve-O just kind of starting to throw both this pack a wee bit, and it's not like Bean and Craig and that only like pestering Steve-O. Like Steve-O's kind of like, he's kind of building a gap too, so he's just kind of doing his own thing. So if he can keep in touch with Dodgy and Scott Laney just get a bit of a shape on the exit of the hairpin, then it's just going to be like a continuous like DRS train once DRS is back up and running.
Wow, my business. I mean, top 3 are separated by literally nothing at the moment.
It's not letting me switch, so I have to just like do that and then do that. Oh, and they'll get Hypers right on the rear wing of SPH. Is he going to go a look up the inside? He does look like it did look like he was going to back off. SPH and Hypers just deciding they don't want to go side by side through there as they all kind of go deep into the entry of the chicane. So all of them not really kind of clipping the apex as much as you would have wanted to through there. DRS will be enabled on the next lap, so it's a wee while yet before we get back under DRS conditions, as we're starting to see the Bean and Craig starting to put in some fastest laps. And as I was saying, well, I thought Steve and that was...
Hypers is getting really close to the back of SPH.
Oh, and SPH just kind of kicked up some dirt through the S's there. He could be letting Hypers in. Hypers trying to lock this way and that. SPH is just like taking... It looks like he's taking too much of the cut, but he's took it again there.
Oh,
Hypers has run wide, so...
I thought Hypers was going to be in the wall then.
And SPH and Hypers are probably... If they're going to get too focused on the rain battle...
Oh my god. This is incredibly close between Craig and Bean coming up towards the hairpin. Is it going to be a move here? Oh, he has a look.
Oh, Bean moved a wee bit late there to say that he's not going to allow it down the inside. So Bean and Craig really starting to heat up. And this is for the championship.
This
is for the championship.
Yeah, I mean, this is really this is the battle for the championship. Bean really needs to beat Craig. Even if it's by one position, he still needs to beat him.
And that's the kind of what do we? Oh, and Steve-O's just looked like he let Bean by, but
he hasn't really helped Craig.
Between Craig. Oh, Craig, you need to watch the rear wing. The front wing. Sorry, you need to watch the front wing. You don't want it chipping away at the tyres, and you don't want to lose any bits. Steve-O's going to defend this. He's going to race it hard. Oh, he's getting him a pinch from the outside. Craig looking to try and make a wide by. Steve-O just making that car that bit wider.
Are we starting to see some... I don't really want to accuse Steve-O helping his mate out, but are we starting to see some championship plays going on here?
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it? This is see, it's interesting in the sense that it's no the same teams. If it's the same teams, if it's mates, I'm kind of like,
I don't want to accuse him of that, but yeah, it was just a bit odd how Bean got through like it was like nothing, and Craig had to work his socks off to even try and get past Steve-O. I think Steve-O is fighting the inevitable, but he's still in a pretty good effort.
I think it's the sense that, like, and I mean, I'm not trying to like discredit him or not. It's kind of like fighting a losing battle in a sense, because I feel like Craig's going to get him one way or the next. Like, and Steve-O still has to pit anyway, so he is really doing. No, Craig. He's really doing. Oh, and Craig's going to go around the outside, into the braking zone, around the outside. He's going to go the long way round, he's a wee bit of a barge through the chicane, and again, Steve-O.
Watch out for
Gareth is. And Steve-O, this time Craig at DRS, Steve-O defending it again the inside, and Craig, I think, is just going to get it this time round. Steve-O does take a good bit of the grass, and that's going to allow Gareth. Right. I think that kind of does say, aye, right, okay, that kind of does kind of like put the nail in the coffin for me. I think that's kind of pretty much self-explanatory. That.
Yeah.
But.
Less about that, the better. Moving swiftly on to the battle for the lead. Yeah, SPH just dropped off the back a little bit of Crafty. Hypers, not really challenging SPH as well. Got to spread out a bit. But yeah, obviously Bean and Craig are still going to come out ahead of these lot. Just depending on the medium tyres, I assume they'll go on towards the end of the Grand Prix.
Exactly that. It's definitely been. That was definitely some interesting plays. I'll say that, but like, is it really going to see? It does some obviously. Like it kind of like it is to get under Craig's skin. That's exactly all it is. It's just to kind of rattle his cage a wee bit, and I think that's perfectly fine. But because it didn't go on for as long as it did, it doesn't really amount to anything.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Craig's obviously 2 seconds back from Bean, but there is nobody in between now. There's still a long way to go, so we're about 1/3 of the way through once we finish this lap. Crafty said last lap of the Grand Prix last time round. So there's still life in those tyres at the moment. 8 lap olds. Well, we actually more than that, probably at minimum 9 lap old soft tyres are doing the trick at the moment.
Definitely, they're still in some good life, and Dodgy is looking quite good on the back of Scott Laney into the hairpin. Dodgy's got like pretty much no ERS left. Scott Laney's got a bit. Dingo Dolphin's doing really well to preserve the ERS as well. But talk about see, like there's the kind of, like, don't get me wrong, like I'm all for like a bit of spice now that it is like the final stages of the season. Like this is where we're going to determine a champion. This is where we're going to determine a team of champions. Like this is when it matters. Like,
Dodgy.
This is when it.
The inside one.
This is when. Been just making quick work of that. Dodgy on a different strategy and on a different.
SPH is in.
And SPH probably going to try and go for the undercut. His teammate is going to go run SPH onto the mediums. Crafty, Hyper's gone again. Crafty's kind of lapping quite well, like, because he's gapping Hypers. So he's really doing some solid work out at the front, but he's left his cell open to SPH's undercut now.
Yeah, see where SPH comes down.
How long is a pit stop here? Because it's like 20 in it. It's not long. It's not a long pit lane. It's a fast. It's quite a fast pit lane. It's quite short.
23.5 seconds off the lead. If you think about it, was what, 2 seconds ish. A bit less than that. So yeah, just over probably about 21-ish seconds for a pit stop. Let's say.
Crafty might maybe come out in front of Lofty in 13th and be right behind Steve-O.
He's good in that.
I feel like that he does, and Hypers has caught him quite a good bit here. Not close enough to, well, maybe close enough to go and see what's happening, but Hypers has just completely halved that. It was a 2-second gap instead of the lap. It is now a 1.0 second into 9/10s now. So Crafty really not having the best in lap. Hypers really kind of on top of the tyres at this stage. Maybe Hypers might try and make an overcut work if Crafty pits. We'll see what happens. I think Crafty will be in though to just cover the undercut, which he is. Hypers does go again, so don't ask me too much. My crystal ball can only take so much, but I kind of felt that was coming. Scott is going to come through for P2 and Dingo Dolphins for P3, and the Reynolds are 3 and 4 now. We'll actually look at the position changes as well as yellow flags are out, and that's for somebody at the chicane mix. Who is it? It looks like Grumpy Orange.
He's disconnected his car, but his car's an AI, so I don't know, unless he had contact with someone going past him.
Baggy fan says don't bring him back in.
Crafty only just got out ahead of SPH. No.
Oh, and Scott Laney runs wide through Digna 1. Sorry, Max, just to cut across you there.
Hypers is round.
Oh, and that's the lead! Any chance of the overcut working now?
Wings off as well. That's a big damage to his front wing.
Oh, and it's been wiped clean there. That is definitely not going to play into his stride there. And Scott's already. Oh, Scott's going to try and get up the inside, and Dingo Dolphin's right there waiting to pounce to. Hypers has just got damage. He's driving a very stricken car, and he's right in the thick of a big 4-man, 5-man battle. There's Bean there, you can see him. There's Craig right up his rear wing as well. So, and then it's Scott Laney and Bean. Oh, Scott Laney's away. No. Scott Laney's away, and my voice is so high.
Hypers off the track as well. He's had to cut the corner.
Oh, and that was so close, and that could have been Bean. That could have been Craig Tay. The championship protagonists were right there.
That is incredibly close. I have no idea how they avoided that. Yeah.
Oh, that was. Oh, my head. Like, my chest can only take so much.
SPH and Crafty side by side.
Oh,
SPH is off the track. He has made the
long
move.
way. Crafty. Oh, and SPH is just like, I'll take that, son. I'll take that off you. And SPH. Oh, and he's getting a bit out of shape there. And that's meant Crafty's had to go back on the brake. SPH don't want to be the one that points out Max, but through the S's, the car looks very, very twitchy.
Looks a bit lively, yeah. They got off the track at the exit of turn 1.
Gareth in his speech.
And then they like
sorry, no
move.
speech.
Um,
Cal Smith, sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, just to cut you off again. I keep apologising for you, so I don't like cutting you off. But like when I see something changing, I'm like, oh Max, I need to see this. I need to see what it is. And it's Gareth just running wide for a spoon and getting the place on Cal Smith as well. So, but talking about the championship rivals, Bean and Craig and Dodgy are all in the same patch. It's just a shame Dodgy's on a different strategy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if there was a safety car in, 5 laps time, there's Mike racing post. There's Gareth.
And while we get Gareth back in, Bean's going to go on a move on Dingo Dolphin, who's going to have the slipstream for Scott in front. Scott's going to be left vulnerable as he's got the DRS. Dingo Dolphin runs a bit wide to try and avoid, and Craig's going to... Oh, Craig so nearly hits the back and the both run wide. Dingo Dolphin and Craig. Bean's got a Renault splitting himself for his championship rivals, and that's going to be big news in this stage. It's just a matter of how quick Dingo Dolphin... how quick Dingo Dolphin is, but how quick Craig is going to be in dispatching the Renault. He needs to be quick about this. He was quick. Even though Steve-O made his life 10 times harder, he was still quite quick about it. He was still quite efficient about getting by.
Came into the pits.
Well, oh, he's back in.
Yeah. I don't know why. He must have got damaged or something. He spun coming out the pits. He drifted around turn 1 coming out the pits, I should say. I've invited Gareth. He's just joined. So it's the SPH has come in while I've been doing that. Not sure why.
And are we going to see Craig getting a move on Dingo Dolphin? Oh, and he was going to go to the outside and Dingo Dolphin kept it central, but he's going to force Craig the long way round. I think Craig will get the move done before they even get to 130R, so there's going to be absolutely nothing between Craig and Bean once again. Scott still leads us through Japan. I think he'll probably peel off into the pits at some point and speak of the devil, there we go. That's the Ferrari diving into the pits there. So Bean is being released at the front and Craig is going to be in close pursuit once again. And this is kind of what you want in a championship. Why is it giving me this camera angle? There we go. This is kind of what you want. Like, they're all on the same bit of track. They're all fighting for the same goal. 2 of them are on the same strategy. This is kind of like it. Like, and this is kind of like very, like, this is just a matter of if you can hold your nerve, if you can keep your bottle and just get to the line. Craig, it is Dodgy still leading the championship, and Craig is closer to the championship lead than Bean is, so Craig can maybe afford to let Bean win, but at the same time you're kind of like, no, I want to win, I need to build the gap. So I definitely don't feel like this will be an easy ride to the end. We are only just halfway through this race, so definitely feel like there is still plenty to come, and we've seen a good bit already, so I'll not be too surprised to see a good bit more just like kind of unfolding as the race goes.
Oh, I think Scott's had enough. Yeah, he's got grass on his tyres somewhere around the hairpin. So not sure what happened there. He was close to his teammate, but he's gone off to the hards that hasn't really worked for him on his outlet.
And while and Steve was getting like a slide. Oh no! Steve, that was close, and that's going to allow Jay Geddes to go run side by side down the straight. Jay Geddes does just edge ahead, but now Steele's back up to speed. They're kind of gone at the same speed. Jay Geddes has the inside line now and makes the move work. Steve just getting very out of shape there as Jay Geddes starts to look a bit laggy for me, and he looks to go wide through turn 4 and 5. Looks a bit out of shape, and Steve was going to have Paul right on his rear wing as well, so Steve will just really kind of under the caution now at the minute. Talk about being under the cosh. Dodgy is under the cosh as well. Is Cal Smith going to go for a late move? Is he? Nah, he just dives back in behind. He's going to bide his time. He's going to wait it out, and he's going to plan his move ahead.
Unless,
Craig really just... when you look
unless Rafferty can get a move on, it looks like putting under the safety car was the right thing to do at the moment. He does have 8 lap fresher tyres, that is 11.5 seconds off the lead at the moment. 12 laps to go once they cross the finish line.
and Cal Smith on the back of Dodgy here into the chicane. Dodgy's covering it. Cal Smith's just unsure about what he's wanting to do. Dodgy defending really well here, and he dives into the pits, so he's just making Cal's life that wee bit difficult. But I think now that Craig's going to be in the DRS, I think this might be it. It might just be a final showdown.
Oh,
Steve-O.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's doing the all pit lane entry. He's doing the all pit lane entry there. Oh, that's fine.
Oh my word. Oh.
I don't know why I was absolutely panicking there, but we've got Dodgy in the pits. I was wondering why there's a slow racing point on the pit straight, but it's just because Dodgy's in the pits and Hypers just gets out in front of his teammate as well. And we're going to jump back to the battle for the lead. Craig picks up a penalty. Craig picks up a penalty on lap 16 of 27 at the Japanese Grand Prix here in the Division 3 Championship. And Scott's back in as well, so he's back on the mediums. He doesn't feel too confident in running the softs to the end, so I don't know what's happened there. I think he probably has just had an off, as you were saying earlier. And like, Craig really has a big challenge on his hand now, because he needs to get by Bean and build the gap now if he wants to win. Bean currently does run without any penalties on his name. Craig has 3 seconds after multiple warnings for exceeding track limits or track extending or corner cutting or whatever you want to call it, because it does really apply to all 3 of them.
Yeah, he does need to get a move on. After he's cut the gap by a second on this lap, but it's not really enough. It needs to be a second a lap from here on in, or he needs to be in a great start line.
Definitely. I mean, I would never say never. I would definitely not say it's the question. I think he could still maybe get a podium. He needs to lap like a second a lap though. But looking at this stage in the race though, Mercs, it's Craig that, like, even though Craig is behind, it's Craig that looks a bit quicker. No too much quicker, but you can tell he's definitely just biding his time and waiting for something to happen. Bean's really doing well to hold his nerve. Like,
yeah, I guess he knows he needs to keep Craig behind. He's doing a great job at that at the moment. Yeah, the Red Bull's looking good. Steve-O.
Dodgy just manages to get up through the inside of Steve-O there. Steve-O just settling in P12. Steve-O still to pit there as well. I thought Steve-O had pitted, I don't know why, but I thought Steve-O jumped in the pits, and I was like, well, P12 is still quite strong for him because points is just up the road, but I completely forgot he started on the hard, so he'll probably need a safety car or some drivers to start DNFing along the way. You never know what can happen. We've still got 9 laps left, and Bean is just slowly edging out once again at the front. It is now 7/10 of a second as we ride on board with Dingo Dolphin now, as he's about to come up to Steve-O. So it's McLaren versus Renault, manufacturer versus customer.
I do feel bad for Russell. The second week in a row now he's been out on the first lap, I believe. Is that
Dingo Dolphin make the move, Merc. Sorry, just to cut across you there, but Dingo Dolphin makes it work on Steve-O, gives him a pinch on the inside, and Steve-O just gets his nose out in time, and Dingo Dolphin makes his way through. But I'm sure Russell had started Russia last time out too, and the same thing happened to him there.
Yeah.
He didn't get by turn 1, like the turn 1 that
yellow flag.
Yellow flag, sector 1. Yellow flags, where's that? That's Lemon.
Coming out of the pits.
And Jonesy, that was... Jonesy's went up the road there. Is that him out?
Don't think so.
And watch.
Still going.
like, it honestly looked like his wheel had come off because he just stopped completely, and then he just started rolling again. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a disaster for the Ferraris. Unfortunately.
I think Craig is just encountering that same dilemma that we've seen in the other races, is the fact that once you get close to a driver down straight into turn 1, you can't do anything because the first sector's all aero, it's all aero built, so like you need good aerodynamics through there, and the dirty air just isn't doing the job when you're following somebody close. That's why we're seeing the gap build out through turn sector 1, and we're seeing it slowly close in sector 2, and then turn sector 3 is where Craig does look that bit stronger. Like, I think that's purely what it is. He's just running his own race. Like, he's the one piercing the hole through the air, but Craig's the one that's having to deal with the dirty air that the Red Bull's generating. So Craig's really kind of got his work cut out if he wants to get by, and it's a really interesting battle that they're having at the front. I think Craig, like, if he knows Cal Smith's got a penalty, which he will due to the update, I didn't even count it, the update it affected the drivers as well. Like, it tells you on the top left hand side about penalties as well. I didn't care.
It saves Austin Jeff. What's the penalty? Is the car in front? We've got Deadpool and Lofty going at it here. Down into the Castillo triangle. Chicane. Looks like Deadpool is going to try and get a better exit. No, Lofty comes in. Interestingly.
Lofty's on. Oh, Lofty could have went on. Interesting. That's quite an interesting strategy call there. Maybe he is hoping for a late safety car or something, I don't know, or he's just going to go quick on the end. It's just like the only real thing that's kind of happening right now is just this battle for the lead. Like, again, not to discredit Craig, but if he didn't pick up that penalty, this would have been like, it is really gripping. Like, I'm really interested to see how this goes, especially now that Cal Smith's just closing this gap. Oh, being looked a bit slow on the exit of the hairpin there, but
maybe his tyres are starting to struggle. I imagine these guys' tyres are going to start to struggle quite soon. So yeah, it's going to be interesting towards the end of the Grand Prix. Gareth not really making any inroads on this trio out front. Crafty, same, not really making an impression on Gareth either. So getting under the safety car seems to have been the way to go, but we do have 7 laps left of the Grand Prix for anyone to make an impact. As Cal Smith sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 1:30.9. So it isn't over until the fat lady has sung.
Definitely no, and Craig once again looking really close to being. Craig's looking a lot closer this time, but it's once you just get to the end of the S, he's up through Dunlop into the Degners, that's kind of when he's just losing the time, and you can see it there, he's already dropping back by at least 2.5 tenths, 3 tenths of a second. But he's done really well just to kind of keep his nose clean through there. If he can get like a good run off Digna too, we could maybe see a late move into the hairpin. But Bean is just doing everything that he needs to at the moment. He is doing everything that he needs to do. But this is the closest Craig's been through the first sector into sector 2, and I think that purely could be because Cal Smith is coming.
Yeah, it's going to hurry up from behind. Cal Smith has caught 9 tenths this lap in the last one. He's got about half a second in the first sector alone. He's just tantalising close to the DRS, but even if he does get DRS, what's he going to do really? He's not going to be able to overtake, but I think he's forcing Craig to try and get past me now, because he's getting so close. Crafty getting close to Gareth, but not close enough. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But he is in the DRS zone. I don't know if he got the detection point. No, I didn't get it. Detection point is before the chicane. But yeah, he's 1 second back now.
I've jumped on board with Crafty to see if he's going to get close enough. I don't think. Oh, Craig left! Craig's left.
Oh no. Let's try to get back
They
in
sound
this
any less
car.
enthusiastic if they tried.
I mean,
Oh, and that is
the wrong time
honestly,
completely.
that is. Oh, and that's forced Cal to make a wee twitch of the steering there, and Craig's AI is just going to be a big stumbling bloke to Cal's charge, and Cal's just deciding, oh no, and Craig's going to go and have the inside. Is he going to go and light on the brakes into the hairpin? Cal is, but Craig's AI just because they have to settle for P3, and that has been a massive sigh of relief for being in front. And the longer it will take Craig to get back in, it might open the door for Gareth to get in, because he only needs a 3-second gap if Gareth can keep it clean and make it to the slipstream of Craig, like in within the 3 seconds, because Craig's got penalties. Gareth, as they run away, any penalties on his name. But Cal Smith does put himself into P2, and could it be Cal Smith that maybe decides to go for it this time? Maybe is he going to be the one that applies pressure to Bean? Craig's in the pits! Oh my god, his AI!
AI has absolutely shafted in it. I haven't been able
my
to...
god. I have not seen a shaft dealt with so badly since Kevin Mind. It's been so long.
I mean, I've invited him a few times, but he hasn't yet to make it back in the lobby, unfortunately.
And it's not even for fresh softs, it's for worn ones. 3-lap old softs. He's on scrub tyres.
He's been dealt
Craig.
the shaft of the highest calibre. Just when it was... it's only been, it's probably been a 7-point loss. It's probably going to be almost a 25-point loss at this rate. Let's try and get back in, but he hasn't joined back yet.
Maxwell said in the chat as well that he had predicted Craig for the win, so I'm sorry for jinxing him. See, the jinx is real. Like it is like a superstition. Like that is actually like it is real.
Yeah, he's finally joined back,
and he's back in. Whereas he is 7th, and he's going to have Dodgy right on his rear wing as well.
Dodgy. Of all people.
Oh, and Gareth looks up into the chicane. Sorry,
Oh,
mate,
it's
just to cut you off, bit crafty. Oh, and that's where. Oh, turn 12 into Spoon. But we'll flick onto that in a minute. Jester, Crafty on the slipstream of Gareth. Gareth's no defending it. Crafty up the inside into turn 1. Gareth's going to try and keep it up the inside into turn 2. Crafty covers it off quite well there. Crafty into P3, and I think Gareth maybe just saying to himself,
oh, Craig's
let him go.
Oh,
Craig!
no.
Craig, what are you doing?
He's just...
That's no him, it's his AI.
He's just literally just joined back into his car and is in the pits. I mean, I don't even know anymore.
I actually, like, honestly, I have no, like, F's in the chat, like, Craig has been dealt the biggest F, isn't he?
Yeah.
He really has.
His AI has just brought him into the pits when he drove back.
Like, that, honestly, for me, is like a mood killer. Like, that, honestly, like, just ruins everything.
Let's just the championship wide open.
Definitely. Especially because Dodgy's no, like, he is 7th, he is still in a strong position, so Dodgy's doing really well for jumping from a controller to a wheel, so I mean, got to give him his credit there. He is in P7 and he is running with some decent pace. He's got Dingo Dolphin in close company, but other than that, it's his teammate, and his teammate's a good bit down the road too, so we don't really know.
Yeah.
As somebody does into the pits there, looks like an Alpha Romeo, looks to be Jonesy. Jonesy's just kind of been, in the nicest way, he's really not been anywhere, really.
No, he's not been anywhere either. Maxwell said it's been the biggest F since Gareth and T4, and that was also me. I mean, yeah, Maxwell obviously trying to make himself as the biggest jinxer in the world. I think that award goes to us too.
And Jonesy. And Jonesy's got in the way of both Dodgy and
He's
Dingle
not in
there.
the session. I think he's going to be going to the stewards after this race because he went into the pits and left the session. And didn't retire.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
to come back. So yeah. I mean, yeah, stewards gonna have to look into that one, so I will let the stewards know in that regard. Yellow flag is 6 to 1.
Yellows.
That is a flying 11.
Oh, Scott Laney's just got a. Oh, and Scott Laney.
I
there,
reckon
Scott?
he's crashed into exit 10-2.
He's binned it badly. Nah, he's binned it.
Yeah. I was say a
That's-
5-second penalty, but he's obviously spun coming out of Digna 1, just careered across the track into the wall.
That looks to be exactly it because the curb on Digna 1 is inverted. Like it actually like dips down. So like, if he's hit that the wrong way, he's ran wide, clipped the outside of the track,
Yeah.
the gravel trap on the outside, and the car's just been sent spinning, threw him into the lawn. He's pretty much a passenger in his own car. Like it really has just been killer. That's what that was. Oh, and talk about killer. Got the killer instinct here on SPH as he does make the move into turn 1 on Colden, and this is for the final point. If Colden just keeps his cool, just follows SPH home, could see him in the points. Well, the point, but could definitely see Haas getting a double point result.
Yeah, I think this race has come to a bit of a weird end.
Aye, definitely.
He's got Bean obviously coming up towards the line soon. He did, well, he's under severe pressure, of course, from Craig. Yeah, it looks like it's his day today.
And talking about the day of all days, get your driver of the day votes in, and we will see who you think is worthy of such a title. As Bean is going to start the 27th and final lap here at Suzuka, and Cal Smith, you can see him there just in the background there, 1.7 seconds the gap, and I think maybe we've got more time. Cal could be close. Craig had gave Bean such a good run for his money for so long in this race. Couple of drivers out there were making it hard for Craig, but Craig persevered through the pain and through the hardships and was keeping Bean honest. But Bean has honestly just kept his cool. He's just kept his head down, focused on his own race, and I think he's just applied all his skills in leading this race and managing ERS, to managing the gaps, to managing like Craig behind as well, and now he's going to have Cal Smith behind as well. And I think it's just been a really commanding drive, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Driver of the day, who do you think?
I mean, Bean obviously had a good day today, which sounded a lot of pressure from Craig. Carl Smith has done well after Q2 elimination.
And
Medium size didn't quite work for Crafty at the end of the day.
definitely no, but one person it worked out for was Bean, as he does take the checkered flag here in Suzuka, and Cal Smith follows him home. Penalties will be applied. Crafty will be having a penalty as well. Does that mean he stays in the P3 or does he get demoted? Oh, he stays with 2 tenths of a second, keeps Crafty in the podium position. So Cal Smith and Crafty, even with penalties, they get to keep their places. Dodgy is going to have Dingle Dolphin holding his tail through the final chicane and down to the checkered flag, but it is going to be Dodgy taking P7 on the wheel, which is a very strong result, especially considering they started P14 as well. Dingle Dolphin will take P8. Lofty does take P8 after Dingle Dolphin through penalties. SPH will take P10, but I think Colden might get it, which he does. So SPH gets demoted. Craig gets demoted right at the end there as Jay Geddes just manages to make his way past, and Craig's left the session again. And Martel's about to come off, which I don't want. Don't want that.
yeah, I mean, we'll see what he gets the driver of the day. I think obviously Dodgy's done a pretty great job himself on the wheel, on his debut on the wheel. Scott has crawled across the line. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to one driver of the day. There's a few candidates, so we'll leave it to the viewers. In terms of the championship, that will put SLR being on 205. Dodgy was at 7th place, which is 6 points, 202, and Craig's got 201. So it's 4 points, covers the top 3 in the championship now. Yeah, anything can happen, still.
This is when it gets hot, and this is when cool heads reap in big rewards. As Michael Schumacher drives for the Williams. Can't remember that bit of his career, but it is what it is, and it has been with a pole position to the checkered flag. He did have Craig clipping at the heels like an angry wee ankle biter Doug, but he does hold him off and take the checkered flag. Cal Smith was going to apply some light pressure, but it wasn't quite enough on the day, as he does take P2. Strong result for Haas though, especially considering he started P11 as well. Crafty stayed out under the safety car, went on to mediums, and I think it still worked out for him. Solid P3 for him there, and rounds off the podium. Does just get it by 2/10 a second over Gareth as well. Another strong showing for him. Paul P8 to P5. Hypers and Dodgy, the racing points 6 and 7. Dodgy, special mention to him for trying his hand on the wheel and getting some decent points, keeping his championship alive and kicking well and truly. Lofty P8, Dingle Dolphin 9, Colden rounding out the top 10, and the points possessions SPH just missing out on the day as Jay Geddes. Craig just gets absolutely shafted by connection. Steve-O, Scott, Lemon, Grumpy Orange and Jonesy all making up the final positions in your retirements. Are Scott Laney and Russell, after separate incidents, see them retire. Just looking at the chat, we've got Cal, right, we've got 1, 2, 3 for Cal. We've got 1, 2, 3, 3 for Dodgy, 4 for Cal. We've got Crafty's got 1, 2. This is a very divided vote.
Yeah.
Right, Lofty's put Cal,
So Freeman.
which means Cal's on 4.
Oh, I need to count this. Let's have a look. Cow. Cow.
Right, someone else has put Dodgy. Right, we see you, Matt. We're not counting your second vote.
I think 3 votes for Cow. No, 4 votes for Cow. I think. Dodgy got 1, 2, 3. Sprightly, that's 4. I think it's a draw. Yeah, it's a draw. Maybe not anymore.
No, wait. No, there we go. We're gonna have to shut the polls. Stop the count. Like, there we go. We'll go with Cal.
No,
Panther,
Panther's already
move.
voted. No, I think Panther's already voted.
Right. Sorry, Panther. We're not counting you twice. It is going to be Cal that gets it.
Have we got them all?
No. Night Ranger said Dodgy.
Oh,
This is
it's a
very
draw
divided.
again. It's a draw
Right.
again. I usually get
Right,
the
Liam
interviews.
said Dodgy. Right, Liam said
So-
Dodgy. I think Liam's no voted.
Dodgy now is ahead of Cal, so 6-5 in favour of Dodgy.
Right. Well, if we go to the top
We
3
got
in.
the top 3 in.
Right, we'll do the top 3, and if any other votes come in, I'll let you know. And then whatever the
Yeah.
vote count is at the end, in the interviews, that's what we'll go away. And if Dodgy gets it, we'll get him in for a quick word because I ken he is on the wheel. If no, we'll award it to Cal because Cal is giving us he's giving us a very good run for its money here. So we'll get the interviews. We'll not keep the troops waiting. So
Yeah.
we'll get that underway, and I'll keep an eye on the count.
Yeah. So, well, make sure you've included your audio and tick the box in the party chat so that we can hear you guys. We'll start with our third place man, Crafty. Obviously, starting P2, you could have probably expected the challenge for a win again today. Obviously, he didn't hit under the safety car, and it turned out to be probably, I mean, you obviously still got third, but the wrong decision at the end of the day because Bean obviously won the race and Cal Swift obviously got ahead of you. But how would you assess that race?
Yeah, under the safety car, I tried to do something different. I knew I wasn't going to catch Craig or Bain, really. They were too quick. I managed to get second in qualifying, I don't know whether. But yeah, I was sort of out of position. I thought I was going to get taken in the turn one, but managed to keep it going. I thought under the safety car, I'd keep it out and see where I ended up. And I managed to take the mediums at the pit to finish in third. So no, I was happy with third. I thought Garth was going to get me. I tried to break that 3 second gap in my penalty. I think I got by 0.2 of a second in the end of fourth, so I'm happy with third. Well done, Cal, by the way, to get second. Brilliant drive.
Thank you.
Yeah, just squeezed home in third place ahead of Gareth, just about. Yeah, so well done on the P3. And on to our second place, man, Cal Swift, after a heartbreaking end to the race last time out in Russia. Picking up the penalties, it's a solid improvement on that front. Only picking up the one penalty and finishing second place, you must be well chuffed with that. How do you feel?
Well, I just kind of I started 11th, and then someone brake checked me into the first corner, and I was in a party with SLR Stem, and he made the call to go on hard, which took him to the end. And I saw Craig pit, and I got so happy inside. You have no idea. And yeah, I just kind of ended up here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was quite close to his front two, and obviously you've inherited the position of Craig due to his bad luck this time round. But yeah, I mean, you make your own luck in this business, so you did a great job to get in the top two today.
Thank
so
you.
you can be happy with that, and yeah, we'll take that on into the US of A next weekend.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so onto our race winner then, SR Bean. Had a 100 immense pressure from Craig until he unfortunately disconnected, and then I mean, he just seemed to be like he had it all under control. Obviously, he had to get through the traffic after the safety car, and yeah, it was the right strategy to go on the hard under safety car and brought it home all in one piece, just about, almost hitting the side of, I think it was Scott Lady at one point. So how do you
Well,
feel about that?
if you look in control screen, then yeah, it wasn't. I was sweating through that pressure from Craig and Crafty at the beginning, and then Craig at my rear, and then Cal coming through. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to keep the lead at all. Craig was quick, and then we had a little bit of tussle with Scott Laney. He lost it at second point in action, and I think I come back in Craig's way that I don't think we touched. He did get ahead momentarily, but I managed to snatch it back at the final chicane, and then it was just a case of trying to keep that, keep out of DRS, and every time I was out of DRS, he'd pull it back, and the pressure was hard. And then obviously when he had the bad luck and he disconnected, I had Cal to deal with as well. I thought, oh, you're joking, because he was rapid, and I took off from 11th to second. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, you get my vote of the day for the driver of the day. So yeah, and then it was just a case of just keep that gap and just use the DRS on the straights just to keep that gap, and it was down to half a second, and at one point I think he was really up my gearbox, and I was expecting him to set me, but yeah, I'm happy I managed to keep him behind, and yeah, it was a difficult race, but enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I mean, you probably didn't know this. You now take the championship lead
Well
by
done, Ben.
a mere amount of what? I think it's 3 points. 4 points come the top three now after Craig's 0 points. Yeah, so you're on 205, Dodgy on 202, Craig on 201. 4 races to go. Have you got any thoughts on the championship, Bean?
I don't think I'm here next week, so there's breaking news for you. I don't think I am. I'm trying to think. I think I'm working, but I'm not 100% sure. So I hope I am, obviously, because I'd like to carry on with racing to the end, and obviously Craig, Cal, Crafty, Dodgy, Hypers, all quick drivers, Gareth as well. Just shame Crafty decided to put the afterburners on and pull out that 3-second gap. But yeah,
I know. I had to get past him. I had to save up ERS for a couple of laps and try and get him in the turn one. I managed to get him. Then I had to try and pull away.
But yeah, I hope I'm here. I hope I can see it through. But like I said, we all work, and so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to be here, but yeah, I'll just say well done to everybody who finished. It is a difficult track, and well done to Cal and Crafty as well.
Thank you. Well done, you guys. Just say thanks to my party as well, Baggy and Geddes and Randall in there helping out, even though Baggy wasn't racing.
Yeah.
Comforting word in my ear helps.
Yeah. I'm sure he was telling you to get a move on at the end.
He was, yeah. Get Garth. Pull out the gap.
I've got to do that as well, because I questioned the call in the party with the Red Bull guys to go on to the hard, and we did question it, but yeah, good call, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
It was right, yeah.
And then onto the team, the car was definitely the right one. I just thought I would try something different, didn't work.
Yeah.
If you don't try, then you'll never know.
That's it.
So well done to the top three, and well, over to you, Riggs.
Where's Dodgy?
Where is Dodgy?
Because Dodgy's just edged the driver of the day vote, because it's been very close between Cal and Dodgy, and I think the chats went 7 and 5 in favour of Dodgy, and I'm trying to find his name and I can't find it.
I don't know.
So,
maybe he's gone to sleep already.
Nah, I don't blame him. It's been a long day. I'll try and quickly find his name, but if we can't, then recently played with. He should be in this one. If he doesn't really accept the invite, I'll just.
I found him
I'll
already.
just
So
close up shop.
I'll invite him if you want.
There. If he comes in, that's fine. But if not, we'll just give him a shout out and just say, because this was his first race on the wheel.
Yeah, well
we were
done.
made aware that this was his. So he managed to get P7, and that was enough to win him driver of the day in the chat.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, there is. So we'll just get a wee quick word for him, and then we'll just wrap it up, and we can end it. But just make sure you got your wee books ticked.
Yeah.
Oh, big echo. Bring a big echo with you too.
Yeah. So Dodgy, you're our driver of the day today. A hotly fought contest in the chat between you and Cal Smith. Yeah, I mean, I just want to get a few thoughts from you. Obviously, your first race on the wheel. The team a bit tough in this, but you kept it all together and come home with a solid point score finish. So I'm sure you'd be pretty delighted with that.
Yeah, very pleased. I mean, my first aim, I said this to a few lads, was try and get into Q2, and then when we do the race, just try and finish it, but not last. So getting 7th is just completely surpassed that. Now, I know there's obviously some things that have happened in the race, because I noticed Craig was lower down than what he normally is, so I don't know what's happened to him, and obviously there's a lot of positions gained when people were in the pits, so I think I've just managed to stay out of trouble, not get damage, and just keep it conservative.
Yeah, I think obviously, Craig obviously disconnected and couldn't get back in. His AI pitted twice.
Twice.
So that's yeah, wasn't it? It wasn't his day today.
Well, yeah, I know I said Singapore was 20 on the pad, but this was even worse.
Yeah. I mean, there was no drinks for you today. That's for sure.
Good, thank you.
I think it was Maxwell though who said Craig was going to win, and I mean, Craig got the jinx today, so but well done, obviously, over the day you in the chat, and well done on your starting on the wheel.
Yeah, thanks, and well done everybody. Top 3, well done boys.
Thank you, mate.
Well done,
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Over to you, Riggs.
I think you've kind of done it quite well there. I was just going to reiterate my congratulations to the top 3 on what was a very entertaining race. There was quite a lot of ups and downs and everything in between, so it was very much engaging, especially for Suzuka. It's no really... I don't think Suzuka's like a racer's track, it's more like a qualifying track, but we actually were like treated to a really good race up and down the field, and there was just time to keep up with what was going on, so I think it's pretty much delivered once again in Division 3, and the championship just gets that bit tighter now, especially getting into these final flyaways, so very much looking forward to the ride into the closing stages. Just want to pass my congrats to the top 3 as well as Dodgy for driver of the day. He won that in the chat. 75 ended up being the final score. If you couldn't get enough of Suzuka, we are here for the final time tomorrow for the elite race, which is at 7 o'clock GMT on this channel, where the commentary team will treat you to the elite race, run this track once more before we move to the United States. I think it's United States. We had this discussion yesterday, and I think it's the US that's next.
It is,
so
it
is, mate, yeah.
Oh, that
Unfortunately.
is absolute. I mean, I'm on the same boat. I'm not a big fan of the track and driving it. Watching it's fine. Oh, just might as well just skip to Brazil at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And just end it there.
I was just going to stay
no.
done with this point. Yeah.
Just
It's funny Brazil's been doing me. I'm quite happy with that.
just save a lot of money in the flights and freight, but it is going to be the US of A in a week's time, which is going to be Saturday the 28th of November at 9 o'clock GMT, same time as always, and we'll see you in a week's time